Corki. So level 1 feels pretty important here already.
Let's get on to the Rift.
Game 1, boys. Semifinals. KT versus Gen.G.
Take on KT Rolster in this best of 5. A spot in Chengdu awaits the victor. It's either T1 or top Esports. For Gen.G, it would be the culmination of
no matter what, there's going to be a Korean team in the finals again, bro.
Aspirations and dreams, expectations over the last couple of years. For KT, truly is something out of a fairy tale, a storybook, you have to say. Similar to that DRX run back just a few years ago.
I mean, there's just so much. Unfortunately, I'm hoping that we'll have the time to go into it because, of course, you know, sometimes I don't want to enforce that idea, but sometimes LCK versus LCK can be a little bit slow. But there is the Canyon and Dokdam who used to be in the same team. DK that didn't really was able to make the mark that they were hoping for. We have BDD, who after he was replaced by Chovy had what I think is the worst year of his career. Not necessarily just to him, but that Nongshim roster was really prone to underperformance, was a really tough bounce back. And again, the fact that the expectations on KT were really not high. They barely squeaked into the Legend group going way back. It was really up between them and DK and Nongshim for who would be that eventual 4th seed towards Worlds.
And I think a lot of us were surprised with how well KT have done after coming into Worlds. Their rollercoaster keeps climbing up and up and up. Only team so far undefeated across the 2025 World Championship.
Yeah, and you just have to wonder how far can they go, right? You know, of course, people are coming in here and they're saying, you know, it's Gen.G, you're going to get smacked, it's going to be a sweep, but I feel like KT fans just need
KT's undefeated?
something to hang their hats on, right? You get a little bit of momentum in this first game, and I feel like people want to believe in that story. They want to believe in the underdog. It's such a fun thing to cheer for. This
BDD getting smacked around already, but he has Doran shield, so he's fine.
When it finally does start to work,
feels like deja vu in the mid lane.
You know, you want to see guys like BDD be able to prove their worth, you know, to take down someone who you were replaced by, who everyone is overlooking you for, I think is just awesome to think about.
It really is, and what a place to prove it, that against Chovy's Talia, 25-4 on this all-time. It's a pretty one-sided scoreline for Chovy, as are many things for Gen.G this year. They've only lost 2 best-of-5s across the entirety of 2025. One was to KT, and one was to Hanwha Life Esports all the way back in the qualification in the LCK Cup.
And it's been close calls many a time. We've seen them go against a 5th game against many a team domestically, against or in MSI as well. But outside of those two, they have been victorious. And then for Gen.G, I think, again, it is the weight of the expectations. I feel we have seen Chovy truly be consumed by that.
Look at BDD, bro.
Need for finally
he's so low.
The barrier, which he's never got further than semis.
And I mean, it is a really brutal metric by which we are judging Gen.G and by which we are judging Chovy. But it is because he's been looked at, you know, maybe not at every given moment, but
I need that Corki skin.
Years now as the best mid laner in the world. And now they're looking mid.
Looking to gank that best mid laner in the world. Chovy flashes immediately into the flag. Knocked back with the seismic shot, but his
already
his tombstone. KT on the board for first blood.
And when you want to talk about pressure, flashing in line with the flag and drag there, I think he was maybe trying to flash over it or anticipating, you know, an EQ flash or something like that. But Cuz doesn't even have to flash. BDD doesn't even have to flash. And they got first blood, and it goes
now
to
BDD comes back with a vamp. Oh boy, and a refill pot. Oh boy.
Struggle early on, and it's Cuz that finds the early angle, circumvents all vision, doesn't get spotted by Canyon, and sets up his mid laner for success immediately. Because once you hit 6, this matchup becomes infinitely easier.
And I like to joke about this, but I'm kind of not really joking. Yone's hit full build. You get that early vamp scepter, and it can just be so difficult now to actually have prio to be able to poke you down, because you can hit this critical threshold where both Talia has a bad buy in just the tier, so you're not really getting a lot more damage, and you have so much sustain that now all of a sudden you can't really even get prio in that lane. And that really was the only lane that we were expecting Gen.G to have that early prio in. So BDD going to be in his comfort zone now here, and Chovy's going to have to play super defensive with no flash for the next 5 minutes.
Cuz going to be in his comfort zone as well. The ability to invade into Canyon's jungle, who has been a little bit quieter in the early game than Canyon yesteryear. I think the player that's most struggled on Gen.G across summer has been Canyon, so we'll see if Cuz can punish him appropriately.
And by a large margin, Canyon not just not being able to find the biggest early game impact, which has been kind of a constant through his career, but also just not having that much impact in general, which is not something that you've been able to say for him for a large part of it, as we do have Cuz will get spotted here, but it is very telling that, again, it's Cuz visiting BDD.
He's gonna do it.
These players
right?
on many A team have been together. Obviously, we're also
They have crazy bot prio, dude.
roster, which was stopped by JDG.
I mean, how could you not with Caitlyn
in
Nico?
that quarterfinal.
And I would just find it so interesting. Like, it is very first world problem, but Gen.G is so stacked and there's so many stars on this team that sometimes it can be a bit difficult to figure out what is your role within this team, right? You know, when you take players who are like the focus on a different roster and you put them all together and you build with more and more and more stars, not everyone can be the star. Not everyone can take that kind of central
A lane
role.
swap already.
So I do think sometimes players have to reinvent themselves a bit and kind of figure out, okay, well, what playstyle works best for me and enables my team to have the most success.
But Gen.G also lane swap.
As bad as it gets for Gen.G, because the only one that's ahead is Keen. And that's nice, but he's not, both in terms of champion or in terms of player, the one that needs to be ahead. We're seeing Ruler really struggle in this 2v2, as we were expecting, but because of the lack of jungle intervention from Canyon, they haven't been able to find a lot there. And then Chovy, obviously, thanks to the gank, has also fallen behind. Now, Gen.G's objective setups have generally been great, but even that, KT got ahead of them and was able to pick up that first dragon. So we'll see if Gen.G is able to contest for these grubs in about a minute and a half.
Both teams going for the lane swap, having their bot lanes go up towards that top side because of those grubs that we talk about. You'll see the top laners just matching bot. They can TP up if they're so required. Did see Cuz hanging around mid a little bit, but wasn't really an easy gank path on Chovy, so he's just going to clear his top side, and Canyon mirrored down towards that bottom side is clearing up towards the grubs. Peter looking for some damage on Duro, but can always just dash away to the Corki.
Yeah, not going to be too much of a big deal, but they're just trying to keep the push going. And though we do see Ruler a little bit behind, at least the Caitlyn has not been farming a lot of plates or anything like that. They've done a good job of actually keeping the farm close enough and keeping them off the tower. It hasn't just been this total disaster where sometimes these Caitlyn lanes really can get out of control, especially when you are going against a weak early laning support like the Rakan. But Duro and Ruler are doing a great job of just kind of minimizing the damage as much as they possibly can, and that's really your job.
Bro, you have to ban Nico. That shit is too strong.
Come through, or whether KT can keep this
It's just way too strong, man.
Supremacy going and make sure that they are able to also turn it into grubs, as we do see Dokdam just try and get as much chip damage down as objective is about to spawn. And it should be looking good for KT to contest that. We do see Duro TPing back, but Ruler, chunked out as he is, I have a lot of faith in his man's Corki, but
it would be
without
very
your health
greedy.
bar, that is only a tier, and long sword and some bits. I don't know if that's going to be enough.
It would be very greedy to go for that. Duro not yet level 6, so doesn't
that.
have the quickness. They're going to step around the corner here, poke their noses in, see if Cuz is doing anything a little bit illegal, but for the moment, Cuz should be able to get one of these grubs. KT pushed in the top side. Ruler's going to answer that. Canyon looking for the flank from the bottom side. Bolt breaker onto BDD, lands the knockup. Face sealed
Instant
out from
flash.
BDD across the wall, using that ultimate just for a little bit of extra
Silent
distance
TP.
between him and Gen.G.
Rumble's not
Chovy coming in,
TPing.
BDD will dash out of the back of the pit.
1-to-1 grubs.
KT will escape with
Gen.G gets
only one of
2.
the grubs. Great smite from Canyon to secure the one that was contested, and Gen.G will get their second.
Honestly, really well played by Canyon to navigate that situation. You know, BDD had prio through mid, but Canyon just kind of set up shop, waited for him, forced out that ult, and got a chunk onto BDD very early. And from that spot, you no longer really want to fight, right? So it just became this one grubbing out, even with those winning lanes and what looked like a better spot for KT to at least be able to get 2.
I do like seeing that Keen also TP to mid, because with the Cyanode, he would have been able to join the fights soon anyway, but because there wasn't a continued contest from KT, was able to get towards bot lane earlier. Perfect.
In
Still was
Sapity
able to
backs.
equalize the goal lead just a little bit, able to get some time alone in that lane.
If you're a top laner, you love Peter right now. Hangs around, waits for the double recall, then drags the wave so it slow pushes in towards Perfect. And he's like, okay, I'll very happily just accept this closer to my tower. Means that I'm at very minimal risk of a jungle gank.
It is hard to find someone that doesn't love Peter.
That's
I
true.
gotta say, though, this man has been farming fans throughout the year, both with his interviews and his really stellar performance, particularly again on the Nico. Has had his fair ups and downs, but he is a KT player, so that kind of comes with the territory.
Sure, but just to highlight how good it was, that was a whole wave, a cannon wave, lost for Keen, and Perfect was able to get there, pick up the cannon, pick up a couple of the melee minions, so it's a big gold swing for Perfect. Obviously doesn't matter too much in the grand scheme of things, but those are the small things that can add up.
No, they absolutely can.
Bro, I mean, I would have rather stopped the back so their bot lane gets the bot lane leader.
And honestly, to me, Keen is just point blank period, best top laner in the world.
Agreed.
This guy almost seems to just not make mistakes. It's kind of ridiculous. And he can play every style.
GDD's going to snap back here. Takes a couple of fists to his face, but is able to rebind his soul and escape with the wave pushing it.
I think Canyon, unless BDD really overextends, mainly just looking to get Chovy a nice base here. The Dragon is about to come up in 25 seconds. We'll see. Gen.G for sure going to be looking to fight for this one. They now have the Rakan ultimate available as well. And TPs are coming in. Both mid lane is going to try and fight for Pry on the wave here. Keen doesn't FTP, but he is Scion, so with his ultimate, is able to join at reasonable pace.
I mean, this is one of the things.
Dragon's coming up,
Gen.G a lot in the LCK,
and this time Rumble has TP.
Even if they
Because Scion uses it to get grubs.
BDD.
Oh, BDD.
Fate sealed across the wall, and once again, his ultimate used before that objective fight. Now he's going to have to try and path through 3 members of Gen.G to get down into this river.
It's just a beautiful bit of pressure, and now again, you have this position that was supposed to be this winning position. Now BDD without ult, do you really want to take the fight? I think it becomes so much more risky. But KTT, they are trying to set up in the area, trying to get some.
Where are the K-traps and the choke?
Gen.G looks like they're going to be able to retake this space, though.
Cuz is sitting on a spike, does have the Sunrise Sky available. That is a big advantage thanks to that early assist.
K-traps?
Plus the fact that he is up a couple of camps. And we do see BDD is still around even without the ultimate. If the rest of the team sets up for him, should still be able to do a decent amount of damage.
And look at bot. So right now it's still Duckdom down there just pushing in this wave. So he's drawn Ruler down, but Ruler is now very separated from the rest of the team. So Duckdom does have the inside track to get back to the rest of his squad that's in this area. And BDD now coming again back from mid lane. So they have pretty decent positioning to try to take over this area.
Gen.G using that time.
Alright, Rumble's recalling so he can get the TP going. He's going to
to
buy and look for a TP, right?
At the back of the pit. And Valkyrie in if a fight starts sharpish.
Sun ult down the river.
Coming out from Keen as he charges down here. The Drake falling lower though.
Rumble still hasn't channeled CP, bro. Alright, we got it.
KT secure the Drake and a great disengage as well. As
Ooh, nice ulti in the choke.
Unable to find purchase in the fight.
And KT says thank you very much for watching as we take the objective. Perfect does have to invest his TP, but that's an investment you're happily going to take with Mountain on the board. And the fact
Bro,
that
KT up 2 dragons.
Playing a 2-carry composition as they so often do, this early game is off to a great start here for KT.
It's a fantastic start for KT, and I just really like how they navigated that, because I think a lot of teams, once they lost ult on BDD, would have just said, all right, that's their dragon, we just have to give that. But they navigated it out so incredibly well, playing with Prio through that bot lane, Duckdom non-stop pushing. Ruler was so
he's spamming laugh.
The rest of the team that by the time he actually got there, the dragon was basically already gone, and it just became a bit of a flip, and KT do get that, and they're comfortable to continue just playing at this pace.
And for Gen.G, one of the things that they have found many advantage on has been that snap engage. Duro in particular has been exceptional at this as they're
Wait a minute.
Straight onto Duckdam, cease and desist.
Wait a minute.
As the Caitlyn falls to Canyon, Gen.G on the board in the semifinals.
What was he doing there?
That's the engage right there as Duro and
He has zero vision. Why is he so pushed up? Support's not even near him.
Yeah, Duckdom, nothing much.
Just an 80 carry moment.
Just kind of gets caught pushing a little bit too far up, and he is on weak side of the map. Everyone else from KT is on that top side, so had to be a little bit more careful. Does get punished, but it is just the 1 kill, so not the end of the world.
Sometimes you see these plays around the 13-minute, 13:30 mark because people want the plates. So they'll step up a little bit more greedily than they usually would, thinking, oh, there's a bit of 200 extra gold for me, put it in my pockets. But because of that, Gen.G collapsed well. And as you say, there really wasn't any support for Duckdam on that side of the map.
And one item spikes to come through here. We have the Leandries for Perfect. We have Blade of the Rune King for BD. And
I guess he did have a ward. Nah, there's no way. I want to see if that pink ward in the trap bush is blocking that little ward near the tower. Because I feel like it is, and if it is, you got no reason to walk up.
As Duro moving into the enemy jungle to try and get as much vision as possible.
Yeah, Ruler obviously going to be behind on his first item completion, given that he's going for Triforce that has tier, etc. But I've got to say, that's a 200 gold lead. That's it for your Caitlyn Nico against a Corki Rakan. Like, you really would have wanted to build that into a lot more. So credit to Gen.G, great at kind of just minimizing the advantages that they're giving over to Duckdom here. And Gen.G, as I was touching on earlier, even when they would sometimes fall behind in the LCK, they're just so masterful at how they approach the team fights and how they actually set up these objectives that getting a lead is very far away from guaranteeing a win against Gen.G.
Yeah, they really are one of the most resilient teams that we have when it comes to both their cross maps, but as well the consistency of their setups for team fights, one of which I think we might be having on our hands soon.
Yeah, you see a couple of wards behind that Herald pit from Duro. Chovy and Canyon moving towards that top side, perhaps seeing if Perfect oversteps. Cuz comes across, spotted. Canyon and Trophy have a decision to make. Who are we going to put the damage down onto? There's the Bolt Breaker. As Canyon slams his fists into Cuz. Cuz chipped away at it a little. Dura's going to start up the Herald here with Gleaming Quill. BDD's
I guess they just
working
get
his
riff.
way up from the bot side,
Man.
might just be focused on the Scuttle Crab.
They got T-Force on
Looking to
Corki
see if
now.
there's anything he can do here, but it doesn't really feel like KT want to contest
Wait,
right now.
Peter?
The cease and desist from Gen.G, they want the fight on their terms.
Oh my
and
lord.
they kill off the Nico immediately. Nothing that KT can do to collapse.
I mean, Peter was just way too far ahead of the rest of the team.
Oh
right?
my
No one's
lord.
even around him when they do engage on
The
him.
poor
And the
Nico,
Nico's
dude,
just
get hit with the
free
point and
beat
click ulti.
and add on to that Herald, which
That's just depressing
maybe
right there.
Gen.G gets first tower, and that's going to get them very close to feats.
See, Keen, just as an insurance policy, does TP his way over.
It's
In
crazy
hindsight,
how
not
good Vi has
necessarily,
been
but
as a
given the
champion
timing,
for like
makes
all
sense
these
to go for
seasons.
the moment
It's
that
still a
fight
pick
actually
champion.
starts.
It's still
And we're
such a good
slowly
champion.
starting to see the gold lead dwindle. There will be a TP advantage now, though, here for KT. We'll see if they can leverage that when the Dragon comes up, because Gen.G are still in a position where I think they need to fight for at least the next 2 Dragons to kind of equalize that, because if KT gets off to Soul Point, the game becomes so much harder to play out, and they have an really, frankly, insane amount of Baron damage as well. So I feel like that makes it even more important that they are able to find that objective fight.
Absolutely agree, and I do like the lane assignments here for KT right now. You put BDD into that side lane. Sion has to go MR early against the Rumble, so now you have this Hollow Radiance, and you're laning against the Blade of the Rune King Yone, which is obviously not going to be something you're going to be able to do much damage towards. Of course, Keen's job is to just protect the tower, not to win the 1v1, but that can become difficult over time as you can kind of slowly...
We just can't get poked down right now in the
Gen.G,
mid lane.
though, a lot of members here
Corki
around
wants to be
mid.
looking to poke down Caitlyn.
I'm just expecting them to drop this Herald soon and try to play for this Dragon.
Putting the Herald down mid would give them that prio in the mid lane. Last
Ooh,
fight around the
BDD.
Drake, we didn't
God
really see a
damn,
cancel
some
occur at
damage.
all. KT
Bro,
were able
what?
to secure the Dragon and force Gen.G away, but they do have the tools, KT do, to really have these big AoE fights. A Pot Blossom, a Cataclysm, an Equalizer, Fate Sealed on top of it. If they can layer that CC, Gen.G are just going to pop.
As a little bit of damage on Cuz.
See, like, the moment you hit this rift mid, you should just go hit the Dragon. Oh my god, bro. BDD has not used a single ulti, fam. It's all been to escape. So now they gotta give up third drag. Oh, Peter.
Peter lost flash.
The insta-flash. Well, those are engaged, and then you don't have Yone R, so we're really gonna fight this? Alright, J4's dead. Look at that. Oh my god. Duro. Holy, bro. What an animal. Duro jumps in. He jumps in on the J4. And then gets a double W ulti combo. Oh my god.
And Gen.G find a big fight.
I mean,
Just watch for Khan. Look how, bro.
He was waiting in the tri-brush on a pink
Follows
flag,
up,
forcing
boom.
out of BDD,
Flashes
and
over,
then in
boom.
they go. Perfect engagement.
God
Duro,
damn.
double seismic shove.
I want to hear the voice comms. He's probably, he's screaming, watch me, watch me, watch me. Me.
Class around the objectives, and just like that, not
Alright,
only
well,
is
now
the
Gen.G has a
advantage
crazy lead
gone,
right
you're
there.
now 2K behind. You're
I
now
don't
close to a
understand, man.
soul,
BDD has
and
been
Gen.G
caught
once
every
again
single
right
time
back in
before
their
every
comfort zone.
objective.
And
He has not used a
it's
single
been
ulti on the
Peter,
enemy team.
obviously, even on his Nico, thus far hasn't been able to find the impact. No big ults, seems to be a little disjointed with his team. But also, BDD has not actually been able to have a single offensive ult. Every single time he has been looking to step up, looking to make the play, and his team is going to trust him to do so as well. But every time he's had to ult out defensively, and I do think that is a lot of the power
Every
of
single
this
time, man.
composition, that Yone ult layered with the Rumble, layered with the Nico or the Jarvan, and we're not really getting that for KT right now, and they weren't able to get the Dragon as a result.
And it just feels like they clearly want to contest, but they are late multiple times now. It's the exact same thing we saw at the Herald. You know, Peter shows up, he's kind of separated from the rest team, walks in, dies. This time, BDD is making a rotation, but they don't have vision control in the river, so he loses his ult, then Peter walks out, loses his flash, then you're getting engaged on. They just don't have all of the setup done properly, and Gen.G is a team that everything has to be perfect against. You must have great setup or you just have no chance.
Because Gen.G suffocate you out of the game. They deny vision around the objectives. KT are stepping into fog of war, and Gen.G have every single tool in their arsenal with the ability just to lock one person up and kill them. And at that moment, you're 4v5, and you can't really take the fight as KT.
And this is also where I think the KT comp, once you start falling behind, this comp struggles, because you have great tools of getting vision, but like who actually goes in? Because with the clone and with Cuz's flag, you are able to check, are they in the brush? But then what, right? Unless you're able to get at least a little bit of control, someone needs to actually find that engage. Because
All right, this is KT's fight, right? Whoa.
Duro's gonna get spotted potentially.
Wait a
here. He's
minute,
still in that
Duro.
rush.
They don't know.
Walks into the bush. There's Duro, gets the quickness off Weaver's wall.
Oh my god. What was he doing in there?
Still alive. Peter yet to full cards going in with the flag and drag. Fate sealed. Flash away.
Canyon almost
He
died.
dishes out with a bolt breaker. Gen.G now on the back foot. The ace and the whole
Wait.
cancelled by the knockout
The
side.
Caitlyn ulti was
Cuz.
cancelled.
Keen the first to pull Gen.G on the back foot. KT still looking to find purchase in the fight.
It's still a big win for KT though. We'll see
I was
if they
only
can
paying
turn it
attention to
into
Rakan
more.
there. I don't know
They don't
what the
wanna run
Rumble
risk
ulti
of
did.
Canyon still
It looked like he
alive,
melted the
but
back
Gen.G
line.
overstep big time there.
Yeah, I mean, Duro just got spotted out. He was on a very deep flank. He was trying to look for an angle to go in there and did find it, but he kind of had to go at a time that he didn't really want to. I think he wanted to wait a little bit longer till the team was there in position, but gets found out, has to
Did
go
he get spotted
early,
out?
And Gen.G just
Or did
decided
he
we're
just
gonna
go
try to
in?
take the fight regardless. KT, though, great turnaround, and I think we might have to go back to live because Doctan was just
Oh, he did get
shooting that
spotted out.
Otacon. But here it is one more time. Just
All right,
got
where
going
was this
a
Rumble
little
ulti?
bit early,
Yeah, that's
and
such a good
BDD
spot
has
too.
a great turnaround right here with Cuz.
And then on the other side of that, look at Perfect and how much damage he's actually doing. As in the
We gotta go to
picture,
live.
Otacon's going.
Otacon's already started by KT as Gen.G look to take
Okay,
the fight.
no ulti on 3 people on Gen.G side. Okay, here we go.
Goes wide.
Peter misses.
Gen.G can look to turn this one around
Now it's
as
Gen.G's.
KT don't have
That was their only
engage.
engage.
Gen.G take their turn on the Otacon. Seismic shove just short of clipping onto Perfect. Gen.G still on that Otacon.
He's gonna go for the 50-50?
50-50?
50-50?
Decimating smash doesn't catch
Nope.
him. In the flag and the dragon. Still forced away. Gen.G will claim the Otacon.
Peter was literally seconds away from his flash, but because he doesn't have his available, Chobi's able to flash out, and KT unable to take the Otacon and gonna lose the turret as well.
Yeah, and as soon as that ulti does not hit there from Peter, it's so tough now for KT to re-enter. Cuz wanted to stay around to see if he
Damn.
can find an opportunity to look for a steal, but Keen shuts the door on that as well, flashes forward, makes it so his only way out is back to the tower, makes it a guaranteed Otacon for them. And that glimmer of hope you had there for KT around the Otacon snuffed out
And
just as fast as it appeared.
If you're KT now, you're looking at feats of strength. 23 petals to 4 on the Otacon. You're looking at Duro and Canyon stepping up together to try and deny blue buffs. Drake up in 10 seconds time. Gen.G just denying any vision for KT.
There's a lot of dive though, and Chobi doesn't have his flash thanks to the play from Peter.
The
They
whole
get someone
team's
to
here
take
for this
him
blue
out.
buff. This is
Again,
crazy.
composition. The only other real source of damage is Ruler on this Corki, so if they can find a way to get BDD, Cuz, or Perfect onto that back line, that might be an angle, but Perfect doesn't have his flash. Stop was used in that topside play as well.
They go for
Oh,
Canyon.
here we go.
Jump on him immediately with the bolt breaker to get himself out. The tower falls in mid. KT not really defending.
Yo,
that
BDD
mid
does some damage.
Tower for now. As KT still look to start up this Drake, will be soul point for them. Chobi on the flank as he wraps around to join his team behind this Drake.
No pink
Perfect
words on the
with that
drag?
equalizer.
What's going on,
Weaver's
boys?
wall. Perfect's on the wrong side of it, but can walk out towards the top.
Redemption
side of
goes
this jungle.
down.
Drake down to 2,000 HP.
300
Peter
HP.
with the
Ooh, good ulti. Bro. Oh my god, he walked into the trap. Talia literally walked into a K trap. Think. Oh yeah, barrier. Cuz just EQR, bro.
Finds the engage to flip the game on its head. BDD and Perfect.
Bro,
have the follow-up
Chovy walked into a K
immediately.
trap.
Beautiful equalizer.
That is
beautiful
so
Yone
bad.
ult Coming across, gets them soul point. is
How do
gonna
you
get
do that?
multiple towers here.
Now, did he walk into a
KT
trap, or did he
with
get
a
CC'd and then
picture-perfect
Caitlyn
team
followed
fight.
up with the
And
trap?
there is the dive that was able to get KT the win. When they found that best of 5, the final game, it was Cuz and BDD that consistently found the backline access this time around. Peter says, I don't know how many times, what, 4th time's the charm, doesn't give up, finds the engage, and KT take a big lead because, again, I want to reiterate, soul point for Mountain Soul into the Gen.G composition is
All right, watch
absolutely
Chovy.
crazy.
Yeah, and we just have to watch Peter.
How
here.
did he-
Obviously, they tried to go for the engage on Perfect. at the
He
top of
walked
your
into
screen,
the
and he's able
trap,
to
bro.
pull
He
back
did.
very,
Look at him.
Very effectively. Then Peter goes in.
What?
Finds a beautiful engage. Look at the equalizer across everyone. Look at Yone coming in over the wall, surviving for so long. Doctem completely untouched throughout the whole fight.
And it's the lack of flash on Chovy. He's not able to get out. just a combo of Peter with that equalizer is enough to take down the Talia.
Okay.
As there he goes! Peter pops off.
Oh, he's so
How can
happy.
you not
I can't
love
believe the
this guy,
casters didn't even
man?
notice the
It's just
K-trap.
so fun to cheer for. And look at the damage from Perfect in that fight. Now, this has been such an exciting game one to kick it off. And though it has been a very one-sided history between these two teams of late, you know, Gen.G taking the vast majority of those series, KT, you always have to give them a chance. And you look all time, you know, that is,
Like,
of course, you know, back in
I
the
want
very
T1
old days.
obviously to
This
win
new
finals.
iteration, you know, when you're looking at games
Like, once
scored
that
in
A's kicked out, I
2025,
want T1 to win,
25-4,
right?
when you look at
But
series
now I kind of
score
want KT to win
6-1.
because they're the underdogs.
It doesn't matter because only today is what is important. You just need to find purchase in this series, and I think the pressure really is all on Gen.G.
We're trying to control the area around the Baron right now. Juro forced to exit with the grand entrance. Ace in the hole used onto Ruler. Takes a chunk out of him, but not too substantial as KT group up as 5. The Scuttle Crab there will give some vision over to Gen.G, and it looks like KT decide they're not going to force anything right now. Go back.
This Caitlyn's always looking to poke Corki with her ulti,
already
bro.
has the BF sword and the crit cloak, so he's very close to completing it.
And Doctom, not quite as close, but also steadily getting closer. That is a crazy spike for both Caitlyn and Yone. And we have seen flashes are available now for Chovy, for Canyon, not quite yet for Ruler. And that is going to make these fights hard. Because again, this is what we saw there was the perfect setup for a KT fight. Just make sure you get on top of either Ruler or Chovy, take them out at the beginning. And we're looking at itemization as well. Chovy, which I think is a lot of utility, has gone for that Rylai's. That's no arm guard.
No, and I think that's probably what he's going to build towards next, but it does mean, and I was going to touch on that, that the 30-item spikes for BDD and Doctom are going to be so much more offensive power. We're going to get a Collector coming through from Ruler. Of course, that's still going to be some power. We're probably going to get a Zhonya's third from Chovy. So the amount of damage that they are going to be pumping out here with BDD and Doctom, if they find
It's still a
good
minute to the
engage,
soul.
they have the power behind them to knock them down.
Gen.G know the BDD isn't here right now as Ruler. Valkyrie's in. Doctom has to flash across the wall, equalize it down as well.
Watch Chovy.
Puts him on the back line, a side flick jump. Gonna cut down
Nice BDD.
Tackles him in as KT look for the fight, but they just lock Gen.G in, and they don't have the damage. Keen on that front line.
Keep your eyes on Chovy. Oh, he flashes over. Misses the knockback though. BDD smoking people in the back line. Peter's dead. Cuz is dead.
KT routed by Gen.G. BDD locked up with the slow from a decimating smash, and that axe will make him go timber. Keen picks up the final.
Baron to Gen.G.
It's a 4-for-1 for Gen.G.
And it's the snap engage from Gen.G that gets them back in the lead, as this should be setting up for the Baron. 25 seconds until the Drake, so the timing a little tense, but we'll see if they can get.
If that Nico ulti misses, it's so bad for KT.
It's just beautiful here from Canyon and Ruler immediately in onto Doctom, and Doctom just has under so much pressure throughout this fight. Look at this Weaver's Wall, how effective it was. Doctom is not hitting that entire time.
And when we look at the other side, it was perfect that also got trapped by it, so double duty there. Rumble immediately being out of the fight meant that a lot of damage wasn't quite there. KT clearly caught off guard in this one, and it really does feel like whichever team is the one that pulls the trigger is the one that gets out ahead in the fight.
It looks so good for KT. There was 3 people in the J4 ulti into the Yone arm, but
they knew with that extra couple of seconds for the teleport to finish its cast, they could find that snap engage. They get the Baron, the Drake up, and it looks like KT are giving up pressure around it. Gen.G forced them back. I totally agree with you. I think KT forcing this. Sometimes you need a moment just to let everything reset. They're still on soul point. Gen.G, it's only their second Drake. You have some time to push out your waves before the oncoming storm comes in with these Baron-empowered minions.
Yeah, I mean, KT obviously not out of it just yet, but that was a devastating blow. That was dealt
that was
to them
one
there
rocket,
by
that much
Gen.G.
damage.
And if you could have won that fight, you're losing Baron, you're losing that early soul, and now it's going to be a long time. That's the KT roller coaster right there.
Yep. That's what we kind of were expecting coming in. And thus far, you know, I think we're still a few ups and downs short of Zil.
You can see Chovy, though, has his Seekers now, you know, almost on that Zhonya's. Double IE has been completed, so a lot of power still there for KT. But Gen.G is just so crisp with these engages. And now that they have the run of the map, it's very difficult to surprise them. Look at the amount of vision that they're actually putting down here. You know, in this entire area, the enemy jungle is just littered with pink wards. It's 4 pink wards plus some additional wards placed down there. It's very, very difficult for KT to find an angle to even attempt
Bro, I
a
mean,
winning fight.
every single time these players recall, they buy 2 pink wards. Every single time. It's crazy.
There's still a minute left on it. That's 2 waves, but with the way that Gen.G are pushing out on the map, it doesn't look like they want to make this push.
As I say that,
go
Corky
any
just sold
further.
2 pink wards to buy a
KT, you don't
BF
have to worry
sword.
about super minions. You can push up a little bit out of your own base, but the risk is you only have 1 tier 2 left. So if you're pushing up through mid, there's 2 ways teams can collapse on you. If you're pushing up through bot, you have to be worried about that loop around. Even if you're pushing towards your red buff, you have to be a little bit cautious because Gen.G could be lying in wait.
And Gen.G both have all their sideline towers, which is further kind of limits the space that KT gets to inhibit on the map. I do want to highlight the reason why, as you already mentioned, Matic, they don't really get to do a lot is because of the early Drakes. If KT wasn't at soul point, they could have just said, we don't care about the soul, we're just going to shove in the opposite 2 waves. That's not going to be the case. Baron about to time out here. Gen.G want to get a little bit more damage down, but I think they also know that this turret...
Oh, Chovy ult.
Hold on, the Chovy says no.
Yep.
And I grab that one as well.
Nice use of the Weaver's Wall there from Chovy.
I just love how much protection there is for Ruler. You know, you see the ace in the hole coming through, Canyon's diving in front, Duro's jumping in. It's just get down, Mr. President. They know they have to keep
Man, this Talia champ really just is like a disruptor, bro. You get split off in all, like the ulti splits you off in the team fight. It blocks you off from objectives. It blocks you up from towers. It's like, ugh.
You have arguably the best in both of their roles to protect, which makes it really worthwhile sacrificing for them.
Does also mean that sometimes they draft comps because they're like, you cannot get away with everything. As
Like
we've seen even at this tournament. For KT, the threat of a soul point does mean that they're just a single pick on either Chovy or Canyon away, or Chovy or Ruler rather, although Canyon would also do it, but with the GA it's a little harder, away from getting them a mountain soul. And that can really offset a lot of the gold lead that we've already seen, but between the pedals and the amount of map control that Gen.G is there, and Gen.G's well-known ability of taking a game where they're in a slightly advantageous state and turning it into you not being able to play and just kind of watch as your Nexus crumbles.
And it's just so much harder when you get all these luxury items coming in. You touch on the GA.
I really didn't even notice that KT only has 2 towers, bro.
Redemption, and he was
What happened?
He just actually swapped off of it over towards that ghost, so the exhaust does expire, which makes things a little bit easier, but there's so much defensive power, and dive comps become really difficult to pull off in the late game as this defensive itemization comes through because you don't get a second chance, right? You full send it on Chovy, he presses Zonia's, you can't just be like, wait, reset, you know? It's very difficult to then be able to disengage from the fight.
It really is. Even things like the upgraded plated steel caps for Ruler, just those little shields that can really make it so the initial burst isn't taking you down. Gen.G pushing in through all 3 lanes right now. Chovy's assigned to top, Keen's on bot, and the rest of the team are grouping up around mid.
And for a second there, we had the classic KT throughout the year gold graph where everything is the opposite team, and then BDD was sitting at like 40 gold lead, desperately clinging on. As they do have the IEs, they do have a QSS for BDD as well, but it's got to be one hell of an engage here from KT, and there is just, as we keep highlighting, there's just no vision. There's no surprise angle, so Gen.G will see this attack coming.
There's no wards, nothing out on the map.
They just don't have an easy way to get it down as well. They don't have a tank to face check for the support to run behind, and they also don't have something like a smash onto
he's dead.
Caught out with that lack of vision. Keen with the roar.
He's just too far forward. Oh my god, the point and click. Wait, the trap tech? The trap tech on Canyon? Put it on the trap tech. Yeah, this might be good. This might be good. Might be good. Ruler's dead. Ooh, Keen flashes in. BDD double knockup. Oh my god. Come on. Ooh, the hourglass. Finish Keen, finish Keen. Oh my god, BDD, you're out of your mind, bro. Oh my god. Wait, BDD. He's doing it, he's doing it. Bro, holy shit, these guys are so good.
Because he's coming up faster, they could go for the soul here right now because Cuz has a much earlier respawn timer. This was an insane fight. The pick set up by Keen.
Yeah, bro, that Vi diving the Caitlyn and not one-shotting her was so bad.
Look how Dogdom plays this. Flashes back onto the tower and look at the trap.
Look at the K-trap. Fuck out there.
Straight onto the trap.
And then he just dies on the tower, gets another trap down for free. BDD double ulti. Huge. Oh, man.
We gotta go live.
As they actually pulled it to try and get her as much time as possible. Kenyon's on his way.
But he's all the way back in base right now. Pings
They got it. They got the soul.
He is, Cuz and BDD looking
they're
for
gonna
the
get it.
break.
They got the soul.
Doesn't have the smite from Summoner's Spellbook. It's gonna be
Oh my god.
from 5K
I can't believe Gen.G just threw that.
How is this for a game 1 of the semifinals? Everyone is saying it's gonna be
I mean, I feel Gen.G there. They get the pick on
KT.
J4. They're like, we're 5v4, go, 5v4. But that Vi dive was just way too bad, bro.
It's still incredibly close. Massive pedal lead, 4K gold lead, but the soul there to generally equalize, and now it's going to come down to the execution.
Bro, I mean, look at these
Who
bruiser
can
bills
make
in the
that
jungle.
big play
It's the same thing
in
every
what
game.
could very well
Thunder
be
Sky,
the
Black
final
Cleaver,
fight of the
GA.
game. The next one really could decide it.
Every single game,
And
bro.
Gen.G looking towards this Baron, but KT, another breath of life.
You're just super tanking and annoying, bro.
Punished beautifully with the comfort. The fact that it's BDD and Chovy left standing at the end of it all. These two players that have been fighting one another, and between these two, Chovy
Bro,
has
Cuz is
so
still
often
level
come out
14.
on top. But BDD right now 6 and 2.
Ooh,
on the
BDD
Yone, picking in
with
game 1, a pure
3
show of
defensive items.
confidence. And to me, this game, it feels
Oh.
so even because the
Dude, the
Mountain Sword
Caitlyn
is
ulti's
just
doing
so
a
much
lot of
better. Again,
damage.
it's only 2 carries. Chovy doesn't even have his pen item finished yet.
And
Bro,
look
this
how
is the
tanky
second
BDD
time I've
is
seen
at
a
this
Nico
point.
buy
He's got his
Frozen
Jack
Heart.
Show, he's got
I
his
don't
shield
understand
bow,
why.
And he has a QSS, so he is very difficult
I
to knock
don't
down
understand.
on the
Why are
Baron.
you getting a Frozen Heart? But who is doing a lot of attack speed on the Gen.G side? No one is. Ooh, Peter, nice ulti. It's still good, though. That's a huge chunk.
On the front foot, on the offensive, Chovy looking for a flick, doesn't land it. It's a shape splitter anyway. That clone from Peter.
That is 2 big ones gone,
Ooh,
though,
now KT starts it.
as both the equalizer and the pop
Look at the
ups are not
K-traps.
available, so BDD
They have to go
and
through
his
one
team
way,
definitely taking a risk here. Kane is behind him.
and they're gonna eat the Rumble ulti. Oh, Rumble already uses ulti. Oh, they got the flank. Nice BDD ult. Oh no, this isn't good. Look where Doc Dumb was the entire time. Ooh, he got one. He got 2. He got 2. Nah. BDD? Oh, he can't get. Yeah, Doc Dumb was stuck in the pit. That sucks.
Insanity. What an angle from Canyon. And the CC is immaculate onto perfect. They layer it.
I don't even know what
completely
happened. How did he
100 to
get?
0.
How did he
It is
kite in
all
there?
about
Okay,
this
so here we
engagement
go.
from the top
I'm
side.
watching
Eyes
Caitlyn this
in
fight.
onto
He's stuck in
Canyon
there. Oh,
and
Scion
Duro
ulti.
finding that
And then he
engagement
didn't want to
perfect.
walk
If
past the
Perfect does not get
Scion.
one shot, if he gets his Zonias off there, I think it's a stomp in the fight.
He's just
for
hitting
KT,
Scion the
but
entire
Doc
time.
Dumb gets caught in the pit here. Baron is hitting him this whole time, even though he knocked down Ruler. He can't finish off Keen. And then Peter and BDD are trying to get back in to bail him out, but they just can't. And Gen.G again come up with the Baron.
And the fact that Ruler survived there was crazy. Even in the Cataclysm, the bodyguards were there, both Duro and Keen, standing tall, making sure. And if there was an equalizer on top of them, as you highlighted, that would have been it. That would have just been Ruler, most likely dead. But now it is this Rebel Baron power play. It doesn't perfectly overlap with the
Rebel power
spawn
play.
of the Elder, but it should ensure that Gen.G will have a full chokehold of the vision in the map.
Just what a crazy game. And you can see Void Staff now there in for Chovy. And he's got 18 stacks on the Mage Eyes. He's basically full build. Ruler's completed his IE as well. So these carries are getting so powered.
Still though, like they have Baron, but it's hard to siege versus a K because you can just throw down traps.
Flashes up across the board for most of Gen.G. Only Duro lacking it, has the cleanse and the heal right now. On the other side, Cuz still waiting on his cooldown to come back, but it makes the engage for KT so much harder because even though Peter now has a flash of his own,
Yeah, look at the K-traps.
Pop Blossom can be evaded really quickly with that summoner spell.
And Chovy has flash, has stopwatch.
It's up to Key and he has to break him, but he could easily die.
They're just slowly sieging this. KT, one of the few downsides of that Yone is that ranged wave clear is tough. Same for the Rumble, so holding this off is tough.
Bro, nice proto belt.
Just to break this tower, Weaver's wall out, perfect.
P,
on the Gen.G
perfect,
side,
you gotta watch out.
Towards the bottom of it, and will be able to escape their clutches. The inhibitor tower does fall. Top lane in here below as well. 50 seconds left on this Baron. A couple of waves for Gen.G to play with.
Yeah, but it's KT holding on well. No inhibitors have fallen.
Still no
yet.
inhibs taken yet.
Tower, but only 40 seconds left on this Baron.
Oh, BDD.
And he tries to seal the fates of Chovy, but he pops a stopwatch.
Oh my god. Ooh, Cuz buffered his GA. He buffered his GA. That was so sick.
Gen.G lose 2. BDD wants to make it more. Can't find
Damn.
it. But KT hold on.
The engage from BDD is such a thing of beauty because
God damn.
the Zhonya's losing
Nah, I did not
so
think that
much power
engage on
quickly.
BDD was
So
gonna
they
work.
go in knowing
What the
that it's
hell,
gonna
bro?
use
This
the
guy's a
Zhonya's.
goat.
He uses it, gets trapped out of it perfectly by Dogdom. This is just such a thing of beauty, playing perfectly to your comp.
And that's a 2 for 0. The trap, the headshot, and the equalizer. Get the roller coaster
God
back
damn.
up,
Look
because
at that
now
cut,
it's a
bro.
2 for
Cuz
0, and
EQ.
Eldo's about to spawn. We'll see how the Death Timers play out. Chovy does FTP. Keen does as well. But this game is still
Elder in 15
ongoing.
seconds. It goes over to KT. They get the setup first, and it's 20 seconds on Keen and 10 seconds on Chovy.
There's a little bit of vision there for Gen.G right now. They do have the TPs on Keen and Chovy. Keen still 10 seconds away.
But no Zhonya's will be available for Chovy,
Ooh,
so he's
nice
gonna be
little
vulnerable.
poke.
Teleport
I think you
comes in
just hit
for
it, man.
Chovy.
You
KT
just
put
go
a
for
snake
it.
Trap line to try and stop them. Peter has that Pop Blossom. They'll
Perfect
look
needs to
for
get
Maxi
in the
Reveal
river
already
now,
up to
bro.
7,000. Shapesplitter out.
It's theirs, it's theirs, it's theirs.
Gets the Pop Blossom only onto
Nice.
It's secured, and now KT will look to turn the fight. Gen.G immediately run for the hills. Keen flashes across the face field.
BDD.
Trying to take out
Nice.
Chovy.
Cuz. EQ in. He kills him. Oh, the Seraphs and Breeze, bro. The Seraphs. Oh, he got baited by Seraphs, bro. Oh my god. I would be fuming right now.
KT, they're gonna keep looking.
You notice Canyon
They're
went to
gonna try and
topside to
extend
go
this
farm
play.
jungle creeps.
But the
They
trade,
don't have the waves. They've only got mid.
yeah, the trade also not the worst because you'd rather have Cuz be taken down if you're Gen.G than Duro, but they are gonna keep pushing. The backs are gonna have to come through, and mid lane is gonna fall, but the wave clear for Gen.G.
Isn't it wild how many games so far in Worlds people have gotten, or teams have gotten Elder? I feel like every game there's an Elder take.
When Cuz went in and Prox, as he would have died to the Elder Dragon execute there, that is insane how close it was. I don't know if we're going to get to see the items. We probably won't, unfortunately. So you're going to have to take my word for it. Maybe we can see it highlighted later on. But they get the secure here, and KT decides we're going to full send it. Chovy had no Seraphs still at this moment. No Seraphs still at this moment. It doesn't come up until right now as it
That's
procs.
crazy.
That is insane.
That's
They
so
might be able to end the
unlucky.
game.
And if Chovy
That is
doesn't
so
flash the
unlucky.
Cataclysm, that could have been it.
It really could. They call it the Church of Chovy. Well, his prayers are being answered right now. The Archangel on his shoulder saves him. And for Gen.G, they're still looking at Elder for the next minute, but it's going to expire. We talked earlier about the side lane waves, the side lane towers still being up. KT have to do a slow march through this top side.
There's a 15-second period here where Gen.G do not get to contest. And I imagine KT is going to full send it towards the Baron. Now it's KT that are the ones back in control of this game. There is still a good amount of vision, though. Looking at the items, Canyon
Baron
has
in 15.
GA, and we do not can say the same of Cuz.
Mm.
Look
Canyon
at that
spotted.
roller coaster.
Canyon?
Canyon spotted. There's a flank ward as well up towards where the Krugs are.
15
if Gen.G
seconds.
want to look for it. 15 on the Elder. Baron now on the
The
map
K-traps
again.
make
Gen.G
objectives
trying to
so
step up,
annoying.
trying to face up
They have to be
against
careful though, because
KT.
Doro gets in this
Snap trap
Baron
down.
pit right now.
Goes
It's
onto Keen, perfect, looking for a flank with that Pop Blossom. The Baron down.
they just don't even want to fight. They don't even want to fight.
Still look for the fight
They
to
still had
win.
Elder. They don't want to fight the
Switch away,
Elder.
decide to back away. That's what they do. They'll reset. They'll spend their gold, and once again they'll face Gen.G on the Rift.
I mean, BDD now has his GA. Dogdom has a GA. Cuz his GA is going to be coming back up. They're going to have triple potentially here. BDD just sold his. He's actually changing it out, so decides not to go for it. But so much power now in this game. It's just going to come down to one fight. This late into the game, the respawn timers are so incredibly long. And the question is, do they actually try to risk it here on a push? Because there's still a lot of standing gold. Both the outer towers are up in the bot lane. They
It's
can
crazy
go
how
through
even
those
the
up at
gold is too.
very
What the hell?
least. But the question is, will they just try to play towards Elder, or will they play aggressively to try to close this game?
We're seeing there the possible TP ward put down by Duro. Note they can't hold on to the turret, but they can at least do that. Gold's going to be in favor of KT, but as we're saying, we're at full builds. For most people here, the Mountain Soul is firmly in favor of KT, but the Petals 37-4 here for Gen.G. Although the relative value of that experience not really gonna match up at this point. And Dokdom and BDD, the amount of damage these two players are dealing in these late game fights, full build on these crit.
Dokdom didn't trap right there.
90 seconds.
I don't know if he's holding his traps for the siege here, so he can put him down, but
before the elder KT marching down bot. Gen.G
like right there, you can put a trap down. He's not doing it.
Is met by a soul unbound from BDD. He snaps back to his team, but not yet to reality as KT are looking to take the first game of their first semifinal over.
Now does KT move over to the top lane, or they keep sieging mid here?
Gen.G struggling to find a defense right now. 2
Baron waves is enough. They can keep going. So Dokdom saved all his traps for right now, right? Right there, trap him. There we go. Now he's hurting. Look at that. He has to ulti away. They're just slow push, bro. They don't even care. They probably could have killed him. They're like, nah, just tower. Holy. It's up to Dora to make a hero play here. Caitlyn just hit. Oh, here we go. Kenya went in. But the counter engage on Peter. Now Kenya's by himself. Yep. Trap him, hit tower. Trap him, hit tower. Yep. GG. Wow, bro. KT played insane. Hit the Nexus, hit the Nexus.